Okay, 9.3b. Let's just look at a few more examples before we hit the problem set, and we'll go from there. So let's look, I'm on page 636. Let's look at example 8. X plus 5, and they're taking the whole thing squared. Now what does this 2 mean? It means that we're going to take this and multiply it by itself twice. Once we do that, now we're in the position where we can do the FOIL method. So we're going to take the x times the x, and then we're going to take it times the 5. So x times x plus x times 5. Now we're going to take the second term, multiply it times x, and then times 5. So this times this, 5 times 5. We're going to combine like terms, which will usually be just those two. There you go. Alright, same kind of thing is done with example number 9 at the top of the next page. Let's just do that one. 3x minus 7, quantity, squared. So let's write this twice. There's really no shortcut to writing it twice when you have that at this point in the game. Alright, so let's multiply our 3x times both of those terms. Okay, and then we're going to jump to our 7. So negative 7 times 3x is minus 21x, and then negative 7 times negative 7 is positive 49. So we end up with an answer of 9x squared minus 42x plus 49 for our answer, because when we combine a negative 21 and a negative 21, we get negative 42. Now the rest of this lesson, if you look at part C on page 637, it has you do some multiplying polynomials geometrically. I'm going to skip that. I found that when I do teach it, it ends up being more confusing. It's trying to get you to see how this multiplication of variables works geometrically and visually, so you can see what's going on. And I think using the numbers there, you're seeing pretty much all you need to. And if you want to go over and look at that and see what they're doing, feel free to do that, but I'm not going to cover that. If we look at the problem set, 9.3 on page 639, let's see, 1 to 30. 1 to 30 is just using, well, look at 1 through, golly, 16. All that is using the distributive. Notice on numbers 13 and 14 and some of those, they have the parenthesis first. They have, like on 14, 3xy minus 10 times 2xy. What I do, I just take this, it's multiplication, so it doesn't matter, and just put it on the other side here. I just like having my parentheses last rather than first. Now I can do my distribution and get 6x squared y squared minus 20xy for an answer, and I'm good. I just like to distribute from this side. I could go and distribute this way, but it just doesn't feel right, so I don't do it. If you don't mind, go ahead and do it that way. But notice what we did. X times x is x squared, y times y is y squared, 2xy times 10. Since 10 doesn't have an x and a y, all we're doing is multiplying the 10 and the 2 together and getting 20 and tagging on the xy there. Now if you look at the next page, there's a bunch of the geometric problems there that we skipped, so I won't be assigning any of those. But if you look at the bottom, there's some expanding and multiplying. All they're doing there is giving you several equations. Well, let's look at 52. 5x minus 2, and then they're squaring it. So you're going to rewrite it as 5x minus 2 times 5x minus 2. You're going to use the FOIL method. First term here times both of the second terms. So we get 25x squared minus 10x. And then we're going to take the second term and multiply it by both parts. So negative 10x plus 4. We're going to combine like terms here and end up with an answer like that. Not much to that. And that'll be good then for lesson 9.3.